Hello there, my friends. Thank you for joining me again. This is Shahar Daran, and I will take you now to show you joined. Now what do? Okay, so let me share my screen and let's get started right now. Okay. So here we are. We're logged into my back office, if you will. And I want to point out, once you log in, this would be the default page that you will see. Okay, and we're still in pre-launch. Obviously, you can see here from the details. And I always encourage scroll down the page and see the messages and everything else that is there. Again, you have a video that I made earlier that has some more information how to maneuver within the site. You can look at that and all the information here. But what I want to show you is more in details. I believe I spoke in the previous video that you see down this page about how to get started with promoting the page and getting the advertisement material, and all that is under promotion tools. All these tabs that you see here, and the ones on the top and the ones over here, they're all clickable. Okay, so don't be shy. Go ahead and click on tabs. If you click on the language tab, which is right here, you will get different languages that you can choose from. Okay, if you would look, the first thing that you want to do in this particular scenario, you want to load funds into your account, because you want to be able to, if you have the money that you are here to make profits with, you want to be able to purchase ad packs and advertisements and put the best use of this site for your advantage. Whatever business you may be in, making extra money is always a great idea, and leveraging your business with tools that get you new, fresh visitors to your website is obviously the idea here. So the first thing I want to show you is go ahead and click this button on the top that says Add Funds. Okay, when you do that, you will be brought to a page that, if you scroll down, okay, it shows you the minimum that you can load is $10. Maximum, they don't allow you to upload more than $10,000, and it makes sense because we don't, there's really no use of going bananas beyond those levels. It's really, sufficient to get started with. And you can do many more than that in one, in additional transactions. But to begin with, that will be sufficient. Now, of course, self-explanatory. Go ahead and put the amount that you want to upload, and then choose whichever one from the drop-down menu is your processor of choice. Now, there was a message that was sent out to all members, and if you're new, you may not have received it. But there's an issue with Payza in particular, taking their time approving our, button. So you can't upload funds directly with Payza. So what they showed you to do is within Payza, go to your own Payza account, log into your own Payza account, and just send the funds directly to the email that is the account of one of the three owners. And I can't remember it off the top of my head, but we will add it here, in a written format. I'm sure it's one of the messages on the site when you first log in. But go ahead and transfer funds to that email that will, be transferred to the hands of the owner, and then send the support ticket from this menu, from the other. Okay, if you click on it, you could see that you can send the support ticket. So just click the support tab, and it will take you to where you can actually do a support ticket. And so what you want to do is you want to do, add a new support ticket, and you want to let them know that you send funds, through your Payza, even though their button is not yet available on the site. But if that is the choice of the particular processor that you have an account with, then that's what you want to do. You want to send them a support ticket to email them and let them know that you had transfer funds via Payza to the account that they specify in the messages to send the funds to, until Payza gives us the final approval of their button on the site. And just put the message, with the details of the transaction. My name is so-and-so, my username is so-and-so, and I just transferred funds via Payza to the email as specified. This is the amount I sent. This is the transaction ID. This is the date, etc. The pertinent information in the message, and just send it. Once you submit it, they will get that message. They will go and verify the funds that you sent. And with that, they'll just go ahead and upload those funds to your account. Now, remember, with every account, with every processor, they each have a fee. Okay, so you must account, most of the processor is a 3% flat fee, that you have to account for. So if you wanted to have, for example, $100 in your account, you're going to need to upload 103 because they take their fees from that total amount that you give. So if you send with PayPal, like the example I just specified, send $103 so that there would be $100 ending being uploaded onto your own back office funds available for usage, right? Now, I want to point out also another one on PayPal. There's an additional fee that they charge also 50 cents per transaction on top of the 3%. So again, depending what you have an account with, and just be aware there are fees. So make sure to account for those fees in the amount that you're actually uploading. So you'll have the actual amount ending up how and exactly the way that you wanted it. But nonetheless, simple process. Again, you choose your processor, the amount of, the money that you want it to be. And once you put an amount here, and I'll show you that, for example, let's say I want to put $50 here. You see it automatically populated right here in this next field. But now it also calculated the fees, and being that it's 3% with this particular solid trust, it came to be $51.50 that they're going to charge me in order to have $50 ending up in the account. All right, and of course you still need to agree to the terms and conditions. Okay, make sure that this box is checked, and once you do, just go ahead and submit, and you're good to go. Now remember, the particular company that you use here as the processor should be the one that you already specified within your profile or added to your profile after registration as one of the accounts that you have a processing ability with, meaning you have an account open with that processor, and that processor have an email that you decided to use as a signature for that account that is associated with that processor is specified in your back office right here in Digital Ads Pay. Okay, so once you submitted the funds, you actually uploaded funds in, the next thing you want to do, you want to look at your overview. And in your overview, you will be able to see the transaction. Of course, if you did the PayPal, which is manually at this time, you wouldn't see it as quickly, but within, I would say, 48 to 72 hours, you should see it there, so no problem. But once you are on the overview tab, right here, this one, when you scroll down, you see all the different payment processors. And then you can go ahead and look, whichever one you use, then you upload it. If you click that button, you'll see funds available. For example, I have PayPal that I've uploaded. So when I upload and I just click it, I see what is my current balance, okay, which I uploaded. That's what's available at the moment. All right. So you want to do that. Now, going back, what do you want to do, besides seeing, and uploading money? Now you want to know how to use it. So there's many different ways that you can use it. And obviously what you want to do is be in profit positioning, okay, so you can profit. So what you want to do is click this second button, which is purchase position, okay? And once you click on that button, it shows you there are different levels. All the ad packs you can purchase are the same price. It's $1 for the ad pack, and they mature at the same price, okay, at the 125. However, with each different level, you're allowed a different bracket of how many shares you can actually go ahead and accumulate in that particular level. So if you want to have, under 250, up to 250 shares, then you can stay as a free member. You don't have to pay any monthly or anything like that dues, and just get 250 or up to 250. So the total price would be however many you want. Once you decide this is what you want, and let's just do that transaction, for example, when you click that purchase, you scroll down and it lets you add however many, what is it that you actually want. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so as a free message, a free member, the maximum, as you can see, you can have a total of 250. And the most that you can purchase at once are 100 positions. You cannot do more than 100 at a transaction, and that's just to protect not going hyper, and not being controlled. So now, what you want to do, again, you want to make sure how much at $1 you want to purchase, and just go ahead and fill up this form right here, okay? And again, choose your processor, okay, whichever processor it is that you have the money in. right? So in my case, for example, it's PayPal, right? So let's go to PayPal, right? Oops. Okay. All right. And then just go ahead. Of course, you always have to agree to the terms, right? You have to agree to them. But then you choose how many shares do you want to buy. Okay. You see this? You choose how many shares you want to buy. Remember, the maximum is 100, right? So if you purchase 100, it's going to cost you $100, right? If you purchase the max, you can purchase any amount from 1 to 100 on that free level, particularly. Okay. And so the final amount, there's no fees in processing or all that. You have that done, and then you just go ahead and say the pay now. All right, which I'm not going to do at the moment because I'm just taking you here, showing you what to do. There's another, obviously, few other options here, as you can see. So as I mentioned, on the free one, you're limited up to 250 shares. Okay. Then if you want to have more than 250 and you cannot purchase on the free, then you go to the next level, which is the bronze. And in the bronze level, still the price of each share is the same thing, but you're allowed more shares here, more shares here, more shares here, more shares here. In other words, you upgrade your own membership to the, according to the amount of actual shares that you wish to have. Needless to say, the more positions you have, the more shares or ed packs you have. They're all interchangeable, meaning the same thing. But the more positions you have, being that they each mature at $1.25, meaning 25% on your money. If you have 100, you're going to make 125 as they mature. If you have 1,000, that's going to be $250 as profit when they mature. If you have $10,000 worth, of course, that's $2,500 in profit. So, needless to say, if you're here to make money, that's what you want to do. You want to have as many shares accumulated as possible so that you accumulate as most, profits on it that your money is generating for you, right? So that's the way to do it. So with that, this is really the simple step as far as, doing this here. You just choose whichever category you want, and you go ahead and upgrade to that category, however many you want to buy from each category. I will tell you this, that at the highest category, which is the gold membership, you're allowed to have 4,750 shares, okay? And at the two lower, the silver and the bronze, you're allowed to have 2,500 each. So really, if you add it up, 250 shares that you're allowed here, another 2,500 here, another 2,500 here, and another 4,750, really the total that you can have at any one given time is a total accumulation of 10,000 position, 10,000 ed shares, however, you want to call it. The one and same translation, it's 10,000 shares. Now, I also want to show you that they have a special draw, a 50-50 draw, comes on launch day that I really highly encourage everybody to participate. And again, it's the same ed shares, the same position that you can purchase, but they're going to give you a prize, from that 50-50 draw, that whoever is the winners, and there are going to be a few winners, you can have your choice either of getting a few free referrals, to your downline, to your business, or you can have a few ed packs, rev shares, whichever way you want to call it, but again, one and the same thing, that they're going to reward the winners. Okay, so hey, why not? It works for everybody, right? And still, those would mature as well at 125. So it's just a good place to start, little kick to your, zing your balance, I guess, with that. So that's really the first thing I wanted to show you to do here, as far as ed funds and purchase positions. That's the first step. Now, the second step you want to do, and you can do, and if you're here without money, without, you don't want it, or you don't have ability to spend money, what you want to do, you want to click on this members tools. Okay, you want to click here, and as you do, you see that one of the options is view PTC ads, which stands for pay to click ads. Okay, when you click on that, all right, when you click on that, it actually takes you to another page where you can earn from clicking on advertisements. These are advertisements that people who are members of our site decided to post their advertisement. As you can see, there's many more places available to put more banners. So obviously, if you're, I'll show you that in the next step, how you get, to advertise with us, how to get your banners in place. But for now, let's just say you wanted to click an ad to get, you see, you can have, I did not click today, and the most allowed per day is 10, but there's so few banners, so most of them I already got clicked on. But let's just try it, okay? Let's say this one. So if we click, you see it opens in another, and it starts counting, okay? When it ends the count, it shows you, most cases you want it to show you, well, this shows me that I already clicked on that one. But normally you would see that you just earned 10 credit points for viewing this banner, okay? And those add up to points that you can then go ahead and redeem them for putting your own banners on the site, okay? So it's a win-win situation, right? And this one I clicked on too. So yeah, I clicked on most of them already, so let's not play with that. But if I go to my overview, for example, I want to show you, if I go to my overview, you can see that I have ad credits. Scroll down. Okay, you see this? I have ad credits from credits that I accumulated by clicking on ads. You see, and I have, at the moment, I have 160 of them. So if I wanted to assign, okay, I'll just click this. You see, it turns into being clickable. So if I click here on the word assign under the number of points that I have in the banner ads, I can go ahead and decide to create a new banner with those points that I've accumulated, right? So I see available credit is 160. I can go ahead and design my, whatever it is that I want my banner to say, whatever, how many credits that I want to allocate to it. And then just, where is it redirecting? Where do I want it to actually get directed? Meaning the banner URL itself, okay, the image itself, what is the URL of the image? And where do I want it to, once a person clicks on, where do I want to send them? What is the website page? Most cases, it would be my presentation of whatever biz that I'm promoting, right? Would go right here. And then I can choose from which size I want. There's different sizes that I can choose from. Okay, so I can choose from a square one, which is the 125 by 125, or the 468 by 60. And I showed you those in the previous video as well. So go ahead and do that, and at least get yourself some banners going that way. And so your advertisement is going to be available for people to see, and possibly all these fresh people that comes into digital ad pays. You got a lot of prospects possibility that looking at your business, and who knows, they might want to join your business because it's a great business, and why not, right? So if you're here without the money to invest, that's another way for you to, you know, to use this site and get yourself some points. Now, going back to, suppose you are here to advertise, because this is a rev, you know, ad share, you know, so what you want to do is you want to go into the advertisement tab, and you can choose where you want to advertise. And these are at pay. This is with paying for those ads, not just from credits, but you can upload from the money that you added funds. You can decide, for example, on banner ads, let's just say, okay, and when it takes you to the page, again, just scroll down, and again, go into add new, right? And again, you have the same option, choosing where do you want your ad to appear. What size do you want it? Well, it still go for my ad credits, because I don't know why it's doing that, but I guess the ads, the banners only go from credits. So maybe there's a way. I have to investigate that. I'm sorry, I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. But it looks like you have to upload credits from the funds, I guess, also to utilize banners. But let's look at a different one. For example, like if I wanted to go with, you know, login ads, right? So you have different plans that you can choose and different prices that you can choose, you know, from whatever is available. And as you choose them, you can go ahead and just pay for however, whatever it is that you want from actual funds that you have uploaded. Okay, so that's all for today. This is Shahar Doron signing out, and I'll see you on the next video.